Hello guys, welcome back to the Super Formula Series with the Ultimate Racing League. This is the penultimate round, round 7. We are at a very wet and soggy Suzuka. So this is the grid as it stands after qualifying. We've got Toten is on pole, Brian Moncani is in second place, Mawson is in third place, Vext is in fourth, we've got Asbo in fifth, Blue Blazer is in sixth, Wayne G is seventh, Pickle is in eighth, Graham is in ninth, Smurf is 10th, Petrol is in 11th. So it's very close at the top at the moment. I can't give you a rundown through the standings, but we will definitely get it on the final race. But I can tell you it is very, very close between Toten and Brian Moncani. I think Brian Moncani is actually like 1 point or 2 points behind Toten at the moment. Currently sat in second place. I think Mawson's in third place and Wayne G not far behind in fourth. Or it may be the other way around. It might be Wayne G in third, Mawson in fourth. But yeah, it's very close at the top. So without further ado, should we get into it, lads? Let's get into it. Lights go out there off. So everyone getting quite a good getaway at the moment. As we come down into turn 1, we've got a few people forming in the background. There's someone going off in the background as well. I think it's Blazer, I think, actually remembering back to Mawson and Vex having a bit of a battle at the moment. I think Mawson's going to manage to get through the inside now. Vex has managed to keep that place, so he's moved up to third place. Mawson is behind him in fourth. Mawson's going to make a move on him, is he? No, not quite. So yeah, as I say, if I remember the race rightly, I think Blue Blazer, he missed the 5-minute warning and actually missed the start of the race. That's why he was off at the start, and I think we had a safety car for a lap or two so he could rejoin. But currently, we've got Brian. He's moved out into first place. He's trying to create a bit of a gap now to Toten, but with these conditions, not very easy to do. Toten is still within his slipstream range. We've got Mawson. Mawson's moved out to third place. Vexed kind of dropping a little bit off the back now in fourth. I know he's still with him, isn't he? So, yeah, the top 4 starting to move away from the rest of the pack now. As they come through the hairpin. Coming up to Spoon Curve. So a little bit of lag on display as well tonight from Vext. He's got that sideways porpoising. It's a lot worse than we've seen before. I think he obviously changed onto his wire, his Ethernet cable, but forgot to change the settings through his network settings, and this is the result. Graham, he's into 5th place. Not having a bad race at the moment is Graham. As I say, there is still a car off on the start-finish straight. That is Blazer. He didn't get the 5-minute warning, and we just see Asbo go a little bit deep there. Petrol managing to close up onto him, but no, he's got to turn around. I think he's got to turn around possibly by Wenny G. I'm not sure if there's contact there or if he just spun it around himself. Obviously running no traction, I think, is Smurf. Smurf trying to get a move done on Wayne G down the start finish. He's not quite got it done. But Smurf moving up to 8th place, so having a decent race at the moment is Smurf. We haven't seen a lot of him this season. He's in the Formula Renault livery this week. He was in the McLaren, wasn't he, before, but changing his livery up for this race. We got Pickle. Pickle's up to 9th place. So everybody running the wets at the moment. And Petrol. Yeah, so Petrol, he had a bit of a moment, didn't he? Not sure if there was contact there. I think he lit the rears up as he's not using any traction. We've got Blue Blazer. Blue Blazer is going now, so he is going to get the opportunity to unlap himself and join the rest of the pack. I think if we go on board with Toten, they're still racing up at the front, so I think the safety car's not been called just yet, but I do remember it definitely did go to a safety car. Oh, and I think, yeah, there we go. So we are now under safety car conditions to allow Blue Blazer to be able to get onto the back of the pack. Well, actually unlap himself and get onto the back of the pack. So we will have a rundown through the grid. We've got Toten. He's currently in first place. He's heading up the safety car. We got Brian Moncani, he's in second. Mawson is in third. Vext is in fourth. We've got Graham in fifth. Asbo in sixth. Wayne G is in seventh. Smurf is in eighth. We've got Pickle in 9th, Petrol 10th, Blazer in 11th. So yeah, Blazer's now attempting to unlap himself. We'll actually go on board with Blazer as he is unlapping himself. Obviously now coming through 200R on the approach to Spoon. So he's on his unlapping lap now, if you want to call it that, as he comes through the snake. Coming up into anti-bank curve and Dunlop. So he gets a bit of a moment as he gets on the power there, a bit of a squirm from the rear of the car. This is Degner 1 and 2. Now on the approach to the hairpin. In 200R. Taking it very gingerly through there. Obviously not wanting to lose the rear of the car. He's had a few moments, or nearly losing it again there. So the guys have still got a little bit of time to wait for him to catch up to him, but he is making headway, isn't he, as Blazer? As it looks like the rain has actually increased. So it's gone from a mild downpour to a torrential downpour. You can see the marshals in their wet weather gear. I think the spectators probably as well. As you can see, there is people in the stands. We have got a fairly good crowd this evening. So we'll just go back through the pack again. So Toten still currently in first place as they wait for Blazer to rejoin the back of the pack. We've got Brian in second, Mawson third, Vexed is in fourth. Trying to show the nose there to Mawson. Graham's there in fifth. Asbo 6th, Wayne G 7th, Smurf 8th, Pickle 9th, Petrol 10th, Blazer 11th. He is starting to catch up to him now, isn't he? So I think by the end of this lap he should be on the back of them, and the safety car will go in. Racing will resume. Almost a big slide on him as he comes through Dunlop there into Degner. Degner 1 through Degner 2 under the bridge. On the hairpin for the third time. Everyone at the front starting to bunch up now. They're going to go from the start finish line. I think this will be the last lap under the safety car, and racing will resume again. So we will have just over 30 minutes left of this race. Just over 40 minutes left of this race. Obviously a 50-minute endurance. And next week we are at Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagiwa Imiyabi, for the final round. It's going to be a sprint race for qualifying, and then obviously the main event. Everybody bunching up now. Toten is going to be the pace setter. He's going to go from the start finish. I think they're off. I think racing is underway again. He's hard on the ERS. He's trying to pull away from the rest of the pack. Brian Moncani looking for the move up the inside into turn one. Mawson's there as well. Mawson actually getting the advantage. It looked like Brian's kept it though. The top three really close at the moment. Mawson trying to find his way past Brian, but not managing to do so as they come through the S's and come into the snake. Tota managing to start creating a bit of a gap now. Maybe he kept his tyres a little bit warmer than the rest of the guys, I'm not sure. Although Brian and Wayne are still there, aren't they? Brian and Mawson still hot on his tail. Look how treacherous it is out there. The spray coming off the cars in front, making visibility a premium. Looks like Toten actually going a little bit deep there, but not losing too much momentum. Brian is actually starting to gap Mawson a little bit now. Actually closing up onto the back of Toten into the hairpin. Not too much squirming from these guys as they come through 200R and they approach the Dunlop. Oh, big slide there, big twitch there from Brian as they go through Spoon even. Spoon curve onto the back stretch. Trying to keep as much speed as they can through 130R. Mawson's actually closed up onto the back of Brian Moncani as they come through Cassio Triangle for the fourth time. Nobody on the Ferris wheel today is out of action today due to the bad weather. Racing is still resuming though. So we got Mawson, he's still trying to pressure Brian Moncani. He's kind of lost him a little bit on the straight, but he seems to be gaining his momentum through the corners. May be able to brake a little bit later. Vex is still in fourth place currently, still trying to chase Mawson down. Looks very unsettled through there, but that is just down to the lag within the lobby. Graham, he's in fifth place. You just see the spray of Vex car up ahead, the Red Bull. Wayne G now trying to chase down. Oh, somebody's off. We got somebody off. I think it was Mawson. Mawson's had a spin. He's dropped down to 6th, dropped down to 7th. I think Asbo might get past as well. I'm not sure. So Blue Blazer, he's actually on a bit of a charge now. He's behind Wayne G. Obviously not present at the race start, managing to make it back for the latter half of the first lap. We had the safety car which enabled him to get onto the back of the pack, and he's now making headway. Still very wet on track at the moment. Oh, big twitch there from Blazer. He did well to hold on to it. How far behind him is Asbo? Asbo not far behind him. Asbo looking really strong at the moment. He's up to 7th place. He's got Mawson behind him. So he did actually get past Mawson. Managed to get that move done. We missed it. He has got Mawson filling up his mirrors though. He's trying to pull away from him. Mawson trying to get a move done on him. He's actually got the momentum, hasn't he? He's going to get through before this next high speed turn. And he's managed to do it. Managed to get past him. He's pulled ahead. He's trying to make a move on Blazer. I was getting a little bit bunched up now into Casio Triangle. Looks like Wayne G trying to put the pressure onto Graham as well up ahead. Gonna have to go on board with the race leaders in a minute. I think there's a battle forming up at the front for the race lead. So yeah, Wayne G still trying to pressure Graham. Graham having a great race at the moment, up to 4th place, and Vext is up to 3rd. Brian Carney still staying with Toten. Brian Carney with the current fastest lap of a 2:03.277. Oh no, Brian's lost it. He's hit the wall. Is he going to lose any places? I'm not sure. He might do. He's definitely lost the momentum on Toten now, hasn't he? Vex has started to catch up to him. We've got Graham still currently in 4th place. Wayne G is in 5th. We've got Blue Blazer, he's in 6th. Looked like he nearly had a bit of a moment there. Molson managed to get back past Asbo. He's now trying to get the move done on Blazer. Is he going to get it done into the hairpin? Not quite. Got Blazer actually looking for a move on Wayne G up ahead as well. Asbo also not too far behind. Oh, Blazer with a huge moment. He's gone spitted off. I'm not sure where he is. Oh, has he rejoined? I think he rejoined and... yeah, he's off. He's rejoined back in 9th. Pickle managing to go through. Asbo managed to go through. Smurf having a moment in the background there as well. He's managed to catch up to Blazer though. He's dropped a few places. He was up in 8th place, wasn't he? And I think on the restart, maybe dropping a few places, he had a bit of a moment. Petrol all the way down in 11th. Not sure if he's having some mechanical issues this evening. Meanwhile, Toten's starting to stretch his legs a bit. He's out in 1st place with 16 minutes in, and he has created somewhat of a gap now to Brian. Brian having that moment, didn't he? He went into the barrier and managed to get it going. He didn't lose that 2nd place. There we can see him coming into the... as they come into the snake. As they come through the S's. Brian Carney, having another twitch there as Brian. Don't think he's liking these conditions at the moment, but still with the current fastest lap. Oh no, Toten stolen the fastest lap, so Toten with a 2:03.299 or 2:29. Brian, he looked like he was setting purple sectors, but very twitchy at the moment. He's done well not to pick up a penalty though, hasn't he? Meanwhile, Vex squirming all over the place. He has got a 0.5 second penalty, so I think he went a little bit deep and abused the track limit somewhat. He's ended up with that 0.5 second penalty. It's not going to cost him too much. Wayne G isn't that close to him to be able to put him under any pressure at the moment. But meanwhile, we've got Wayne G's moved up to 4th place. We've got Molson in 5th. Asbo moved back up to 6th. Graham, he's dropped all the way to 7th. So maybe Graham having a bit of a moment. He might have lost it. Molson still trying to put the pressure on Wayne G. Oh, as Wayne G goes a little bit deep, I was going to let Molson through. He's going to get a move done, is he? And he has. He's managed to get it done. As they come onto the back straight, it looks like Wayne G might lose that place to Asbo as well. Wayne G looking for the move. Not quite close enough. I think he's almost out of his ERS as well, so not going to be able to make any use of that. So we've got Toten, followed by Brian, followed by Vex. Molson, he's moved up to 4th place. We've got Wayne G hard on the ERS. He's trying to keep Asbo at bay. Asbo is hard in his slipstream though. He's looking to take that 5th position away from Wayne G. Does look like Asbo's got a pace advantage at the moment. I'd say Asbo has definitely got to be the most improved driver this season as well. He's come along leaps and bounds, hasn't he? He looked like he was on the back foot towards the start of the season, but he's definitely up there now. He's challenging for the top 5. And we can see the track is starting to dry up now. I think we might see the start of our guys starting to go into the pits very soon. Smurf actually with the current fastest lap of a 1:59.992. Obviously that is down to the drying conditions. But Asbo, look at Asbo, look how quick he is. He's carrying some pace, isn't he? Putting Wayne G under all sorts of pressure. Meanwhile, Mawson's managed to get away. Brian Mancani actually setting the fastest lap now for 1:52.016. Asbo now with Graham to contend with. Oh, it actually looks like Asbo, he's going for the pit, so he's going to try and undercut some of the rest of the guys. We've got Blue Blazer, he's currently in 8th place. We've got Smurf is there in 9th. Pickle is in 10th. Petrol 11th, and Smurf's actually dived into the pits as well. Or dove into the pits. Brian Mancani now trying to chase Toten down. He's trying to soften that gap. Looking fast at the moment is Brian, setting purple sectors, but Mawson actually taking the fastest lap for 1:49.452. Everybody getting quicker at the moment as the track is starting to dry. Be interesting to see if the guys who've opted for the undercut, if it pays off for them or not. Toten a whole 700ths faster, nearly 800ths faster than his previous lap. Well, than anyone on the track at the moment. See if he manages to take that fastest lap away. Although Brian is also looking fast at the moment as well, isn't he? And he's not too far off the back of Toten. Toten does take the fastest lap of 48.508. As Brian managed to... No, so Brian does a 48.690. So there's not a lot between the pace of these two guys at the moment. And Vex is still currently in 3rd place, but he's now got Mawson to contend with. Mawson's crept up out of nowhere. There was a bit of a gap, wasn't there? I think that Vex must have had a moment. Mawson is definitely closing up to him now, isn't he? Oh, is he starting to put him under all sorts of pressure? Vex having to go defensive. He's throwing them defensive shapes. I think the lag is probably helping somewhat as well. It's going to make it quite hard, isn't it, for Mawson to overtake. Oh, is Vex looking like he's gone a little bit deep through there. He's lost a bit of momentum. I don't think Mawson's going to send it up the inside through the Degner. He tried it. He did try it. Not managed to make it stick, though. Vex still ahead for the moment. Mawson closing right up again through the braking zone into the hairpin. Vex looking like he's got superior traction out of the corners though. Oh, Mawson going for the move up the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact. That sent Mawson off. That's unlucky. I think it was lag contributed as well. I don't think Vex actually realised that Mawson had gone off the track, otherwise he would have slowed for him. Given back the advantage. But it didn't really cost Mawson too much, so he lives to fight again as we've got Toten. Toten's gone into the pits. He's going to be taking on a softer compound, I think. I think he's decided the track has dried up enough. Does Vex go in? I'm not sure if he's going to go in yet or not. He might choose to stay out and favour track position. He has. Mawson has as well. So Vex now moving up to second place. Moulton is third. We've got Wayne G. Wayne G's gone into the pits as well. Toten topping up his tank with fuel. He will be coming out shortly, won't he? I think he's going to come out in fourth place. He's gone onto the softs, and he does. He comes out in fourth place. So that was a good strategy there from Toten. Somebody's off up ahead. There is a yellow flag. Oh, it looked like it was Vex. I think Vex going a bit deep into turn one. Let's let Moulton past. He's actually going to let Toten get past quite easily as well, I think. And Vex looking like he's a little bit on the back foot now. Oh, as he goes off again, Toten gets past easily. So Vex dropping to fourth place again. Blue Blazer up to fifth. So after missing the start of the race, he was allowed to catch up to the rest of the pack on lap himself, and he's currently in fifth place, being chased down by Graham in sixth, Asbo seventh, Wayne G eighth. Blazer doing all right at the moment, isn't he? He's actually starting to close that gap to Vex as well, so I think Vex is going to have to watch his back. He's got Blue Blazer and Graham that are getting quite close now. Oh, Graham almost losing the rear there through that turn. We saw it slide. Managed to hold on to it though. That was a great save there from Graham. Trying to cool them tyres down a bit. Halfway through this race now, 25 minutes in. Graham still trying to chase Blazer down. Blazer still staying ahead for the minute. Oh, I think Blazer's at the moment. He has. He's lost that place to Graham. I think he touched the curb through 120R and it just chewed him up and spat him out. He's actually dove into the pits as well behind Vex. So Vex opting for slick compound tyres, I believe. Although it does look like they've got the wets out. Hopefully they're not going to send him back out on wets. I think he is actually on softs. So Moulton, oh no, Moulton with a moment. He's had a bit of a moment. He stayed out on the wets. He's not changed to the softs yet. Toten is now currently on softs. Brian is still out on wets. Toten only a couple of corners behind now. And Vex does come back out on the soft, so he's decided it's definitely dry enough to be running slicks now. Moulton, I'm sure he shall be pitting soon. If he doesn't pit this lap, he'll definitely pit the next one, I'm sure. I think he's definitely seen that the track is starting to dry up now and probably going to take the advantage of the slicks. We've got Graham and Asbo. Graham managing to get past Asbo. Oh, Asbo looking like he's going to have a bit of a moment there. Graham cooling the tyres down with sort of spray coming up. Asbo managing to get back past again. He's on the mediums. He's on the slicks. He's managed to get through with that superior grip. We can see Graham trying to come back though. We can see his light there flashing. He's trying to come back with a DRS, ERS even, but close that gap, but not close enough to. Oh, Asbo with a big moment. He's managed to save it. Graham, is he going to get through into Casio Triangle? I think he is. Yeah, he gets that move done easily. Great little battle forming here for fourth place, fifth place. Moulton, he's dove in now, isn't he? He's going to take on the slick compound. Graham trying to cool them tyres down again. Asbo all over the back of him. Asbo up to fourth. Oh, he's going to be taking that third place away from Graham. I think there might have been a tiny bit of contact. In fact, yeah, Asbo, he slowed down. He's let Graham retake the advantage. That was great sportsmanship there from Asbo. There obviously was a slight touch in the braking zone, so obviously giving that place back. He's still all over the back of him though. I think it won't be long before Asbo retakes that third place. Graham having a great race at the moment though, up to third, yet to pit, still out on the wets. He's going to be feeling it now though, isn't he, as the track is definitely drying up. Oh, and Asbo, yeah, he goes deep. Asbo goes through easily in the hairpin. I think Wenny G might go through as well. Graham a little bit on the back foot now. He's now got Wayne G to contend with. But Asbo up to third place. He's having the drive of his GT7 career. As I said, he's definitely one of the most improved drivers this season, and he is showing it tonight. On an absolute charge is Asbo. And Wayne G, he's managed to find his way past Graham. He's on the mediums as well, so definitely got the grip advantage on the drying track over Graham on the wets. He has used all of his ERS now, all of his overtakes, so none of that on offer for him. Graham still with a bit left. I think he might be heading to the pits now though. And he's actually opted to stay out. So staying out on them wets, he's going to be wanting to try and cool them down somewhat, isn't he? And we've got Vext, and Vext is in 6th place, still being chased down by Moulson in 7th. Vext is on the softs, Moulson on the mediums. Toten now was the current fastest lap of 140.941. That looks nasty, doesn't it? Oh, he's gone deep again. Vex has gone deep. He's let Moulson take that position again. So Moulson moving up to 6th place. Didn't really have to work for that, did he, Moulson? He just waited for Vex to make an error and, like taking candy from a baby, Vex is going again. But he has lost some of that advantage now, hasn't he? Well, there's a bit of a gap now between him and Moulson up in 6th place, so Pickle's there in 8th. He's on some fresh softs. He's looking to chase down Vex now, try and take that 7th place away from him. He's only a couple of corners ahead. Blue Blazer dropping to 9th place after his pit, but he's now on fresh mediums, so may be able to make up some places before the end of the race. He's got Petrol over the back of him though. Petrol looking for the move into the hairpin. There was a tiny bit of contact actually, and Petrol should have waited really for Blazer. But he's moved up to 9th place. He is on very worn softs now though. Blazer on fairly fresh mediums, so I reckon he might be able to catch up to him. I think Petrol possibly pitting a little bit prematurely and maybe opting for a 2-stop. Smurfy's on fresh softs, not too far behind Blazer. In fact, that's Toten. Smurf actually just being lapped by Toten. I think he's trying to stay with him, try and use that slipstream, but Toten is a little bit up the road now, isn't he? He's definitely lost that slipstream advantage. Nicely through 120R. Into Casio Triangle for the 14th time. 32 minutes into this race. It looks like Toten's gone faster again with a 140.322 as Brian's finally pitted. So Brian opted for the overcut, maybe a bit of an error though from his strategist. Is Wayne G going to get through? I'm not sure. He may do though. I think Brian's still yet to take on fuel. And he has, so Wayne G moving up to 2nd place. Asbo's up to 3rd. Trying to chase Wayne G down. Wayne G only a little bit up the road. Brian Moncani's now back out on fresh softs. Currently in 4th place. as Brian, he collects the curb through the Degners and gets the car real unsettled, manages to save it though. It's going to have cost him though. Little bit of work to do now to catch up to Asbo. Mawson, he's currently in 5th place. He's also got a few seconds gap to eat into to try and get onto the back of Brian. Actually, with the current fastest lap for 1:39.885. Sat in the top 5 currently. Vexed, he's in 6th place, but he's getting chased down by Graham. I think he was behind Graham. I think he's managed to get the move done. Graham actually on the fresher softs. He has got Pickle to contend with as well though, hasn't he? So trying to get past Vexed and trying to keep Pickle at bay. Both of them using their ERS. I think Vexed has used all of his. That's why you can see the lights flashing on their cars and not Vexed. Vexed covering the inside. Sending Graham the long way round. He's managed to get it done though. That was a great move there from Graham to go around the long way round. It was very brave as well, but it paid off. He's moved up to 6th place. Vex dropping to 7th place. Pickle's now trying to get past him in 8th. Blue Blazer, he's in 9th. Petrol is 10th. Smurf 11th. Toten, he's now got a huge gap, hasn't he, to the rest of the pack. Wayne G and Asbo having a huge battle here. Asbo trying to get the move done into the hairpin. Wayne G's used all of his ERS now. I think Asbo's still got some. He's still got half of it. Still got half of his overtake to use. Both on about the same tyre wear. It looks like the sun is coming out now, so the track is definitely going to be starting to dry. Asbo putting Wendy under all sorts of pressure. Wendy coming off the inside early, but he's moved back out to the outside. Is Asbo going to be close enough? Not close enough this time round. He's going to get it done into Casio Triangle? No. I think it's one of the closest battles on track at the moment between these two guys. Wayne G losing a bit of momentum through turn 1 as they come into the snake, into the S's. Asbo actually looking like he's got a grip advantage at the moment. All over the back of Wayne G. He's close right up to him again. Driving really well this evening is Asbo. Up in the top 3 currently. He's looking for a move past Wayne G, but where is he going to get it done as he closes right up into the braking zone for the hairpin again? Some fantastic driving from these guys. Wayne G looking a little bit unsettled through Spoon. Has Asbo got the momentum now? He's closer than he ever has been. Oh, he's going for it. He's got up the inside. He's managed to get it done through 120. Oh, that was brilliant driving there from Asbo. I don't think Wayne G saw that coming. I don't think he thought he was going to attempt it, but he managed to make it stick. That was a great pass there from Asbo. But they have got Brian. Brian's crept up onto the back of him now as well. He's on the fresher softs. So I think it's only a moment of time before he manages to get past them both. Asbo looking quite comfortable up in 2nd place as well, so great driving from Asbo. Wayne G, he's dropped off the back of him somewhat, hasn't he? Brian's closed right up onto the back of Wayne G now, so Wayne's going to have to start going a bit defensive. Oh no, so I think Asbo's off. Asbo's off, he's binned it. That's unlucky, Asbo. He was having a cracking race, wasn't he? I think he must have just got a bit out of shape through the Degners, and well, you saw the result. So Brian has moved up to second place. He's got to move down on Wayne G, so getting past Wayne G, he's moved up to second place. Wayne G is in third. Asbo is in fourth. We got Molson. Molson's still currently fifth. He's had a few moments this evening, hasn't he? He had a little coming together with Vex that looked like he put him on a back foot for a minute, but he's found his way back through the field, back up to fifth place. Graham, he's in sixth. Managing to create a bit of a gap now to Vexed. Just under quarter of a tank left for Graham. Hopefully that's enough to take him to the end of the race. We have got 10 minutes left, just under. Vex, we're just over half a tank, so maybe Vexed over fueling, or maybe he's got his fuel just right. Pickle, also just under quarter of a tank. He's in 8th place currently. Smurf's back up to 9th. Blue Blaze are not far behind him though. Blue Blaze are getting through there cleanly that time. We've seen he's had a few moments through there, hasn't he, as he collected the curb and just spun the car around. Petrol all the way down on the 11th, and he's quite a way off the back of the field now as well, so I think he's actually, yeah, he's pitted again, so he's back out on fresh mediums. Meanwhile, Toten with an absolutely huge gap now to Brian and Wayne. He might have this one in the bag. Oh, as he has a big moment, manages to get it stopped though. He was hard on the brakes. We saw the smoke coming up from them tyres and managed to save it. But I think he's definitely starting to feel that tyre wear now. As we still see moisture on the track in some areas. And you never know, with the sporadic weather around Suzuka, we could possibly see some more rain. So Brian now on a charge. He's trying to take that fastest lap away from Toten, try and take that extra point. He needs to do what he can, doesn't he? Oh no, Brian's lost it. That was unlucky, coming through the Degners. He just clipped a bit of the wet curb, and we've seen it happen to quite a few of the guys. It just chews you up and spits you out. Wayne G's moved through to second place. Bit of a gap now between him and Asbo. Asbo's moved up to third place. And where's Brian? So there we see Brian just coming around the hairpin now in fourth. Bit of a gap now though, isn't it? He's got a bit of work to do to get back up to second place. He was on a charge as well, wasn't he? He was setting purple sectors. I think he was on for the fastest lap, but had a moment through the Degners and ended up losing the car. Super unlucky there for Brian. Moulton, he's still currently in 5th place. He's definitely got enough fuel and enough tyres to take him to the end of the race, so I don't think we'll see him pit again. Oh, it's Asbo. He's underfueled. He's had to go into the pits. He's going to lose that 3rd place to Brian. So Brian moving up to 3rd. Asbo, is he going to lose that place to Moulson? I think Moulson might move through. He might move through to 4th. Yeah, Asbo's still in the pits. Graham's actually dove in as well. Is Asbo going to get out ahead of Vext? He has. Oh, we can just see Vext coming down the start finish now. It could be a race into turn 1. No, Asbo actually still keeping that 5th place. Vext has close right up to him though. Vext in 6th. That's unlucky there for Asbo. He was looking on point for a podium finish. That would have been his first one of the season. Possibly his first one in the Ultimate Racing League. But currently 5th, so he's on for a top 5 finish at the moment if he can keep it there. If he manages to stay ahead of Vex, then he surely will. He's had a great race this evening, hasn't he, as Asbo? I think he'll be proud with his how he's driven. He's definitely put on a show, hasn't he? Got that great move done on Wayne G through 120R, and yeah, just a little bit off on strategy. I think he just underfueled ever so slightly, and definitely cost him a podium. Vext is currently in 6th place. He's on heavily worn softs. As he comes through turn 1, you can see that weird sideways porpoising. Graham's out on fresh mediums. He's up to 7th, or he's dropped to 7th. He was ahead of Vex, wasn't he? So dropping to 7th place. Then ahead of Pickle. As Pickle's actually dove into the pits. I think he's underfueled as well. Yeah, he's definitely taken on more fuel. Actually taking on a fresh set of tyres as well, as I think we can hear some rain. I think I can see rain, so it started raining again. That was definitely unexpected. I did say it is quite sporadic weather around Suzuka, and it may catch some people out. Maybe Pickle, perhaps he had a bit of a heads up on the comms from his engineers telling him that the rain was coming in, so maybe swapping for, and he's gone back onto wets, but it actually looks like the rain has stopped. Petrol looking like he may be underfueled the car as well. I'm not sure that'll take him to the end of the race. Smurf, he's got just enough fuel, hasn't he? But yeah, I think the recent shower just catching people out slightly. I was Vex Smurf, sorry, having a bit of a moment through turn 1. Still on track though. Toten's killed his tyres. They have died a death. He has got the fastest lap though, over 137.403. So keeping hold of that extra point at the moment. And I think the rain has gone again, hasn't it? Brian being chased down by Wayne G. Brian's still currently in 2nd place, Wayne G is in 3rd, and Asbo moving back up to 4th, so he's managed to get past Mawson. I don't know if Mawson had a bit of a moment. I think he has. He's dropped to 5th place. Is Asbo going to have enough fuel again, though, to get him to the end of the race? He's on a low fuel indicator there, so hopefully he's got enough. That would be a shame if he ran out before the end of the race. Obviously not really any time now to pit as we're on the 48th minute, so we've only got just under 2 minutes left of this race. Molson still currently in 5th. He moved up to 4th, hadn't he? But dropping to 5th, Asbo's got back past him, and he must have had a moment when the rain came in. You see on the moisture indicator, it is damp on track now again. Vexed, he's in 6th place on heavily worn softs. I think he's looking to take them to the end of the race. I think he had a bit of a moment when the rain came in as well. We missed it, but As I say, I think it caught a few people out. Graham, he's currently in 7th, isn't he? I think he's got just enough fuel. Blue Blazer, he's back up to 8th. Pickle, he's on the wets. So that was a bad strategy decision from his mechanics to call him in, put the wet tyres on. Maybe they got it mixed up and he just decided to go with it. Not too sure. Definitely hasn't paid off though, has it? And Petrol, he's running on fumes now. I think he might run out of fuel before the end of the race. Definitely unlucky if he does. Smurf, he's an 11th. I think he's got enough fuel though. We'll go on board with our race leader as we are coming into the final stages of this race. 49 minutes and 40 seconds. Toten with a moment. He's off. I don't think that's enough to let Brian catch up to him, as Brian and Wayne having a bit of a battle now as well. Wayne G looking to try and take that second place away from Brian. Brian holding on to it for dear life. Toten, and I think Brian and Wayne G are actually due to come up to the start finish. Yeah, Toten, he's going to get a victory lap, isn't he? He's that far ahead. So Brian, he's going to bring it home in 2nd place. Wayne G is 3rd. How far off is Toten? Not sure how far off Toten is. Where's Asbo? Asbo just coming through Casio. Try and go. Well, he's run out of fuel. So Mawson going through the 4th place. Asbo, he's going to have to settle for 5th. Vex nearly getting past at the end there as well. Vex 6th. Where's Toten? Toten coming through Casio Triangle for the last time. There he is as your race winner. There was Toten. He might have it sewn up now. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see next week. Graham running out of fuel there as well. Is he going to lose any places? I'm not sure. Blue Blazer, is he going to get past him? No, Graham bringing it home in 7th place. Blue Blazer is 8th. Pickle's out of fuel as well. That's unlucky Pickle. He's going to limp it back to the finish line. Barely making it with them fumes, but he will make it. Petrol actually running out of fuel there as well. He finished in 10th place. Smurf, he's finished in 11th. We'll just go on board with Pickle just to see him finish. Only getting 49 mile an hour on them fumes. I'm surprised the car's not started sputtering. There we go, he's coming up to the start finish line now, so we'll have a quick run down through the pack again. The race winner was Toten. We had Brian in 2nd place. We've got Wayne G in 3rd place. Mawson was 4th. Asbo 5th. Vex 6th. Graham 7th. Blue Blazer 8th. Pickle 9th. Petrol 10th. And Smurf in 11th place. That was Suzuka, guys. That was your penultimate round. So tonight, well, the next round will be your final, and it is Yamagiwa Miyabi. I will see you for that one. I've been your boy Vex. Good night.